welcome to Love and Romance Tarot Readings. Per usual, I'm excited to get into today's video because today we are doing a special pick a card on have you met your future partner? When will you meet them? What are they like? We're gonna tap into that today. So per usual, my Etsy shop is linked in the description below. If you would like a private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. Other than that, pause the video if you need more time to pick the pile or piles that you're being called to today. But we have group 1 with the Finchonite crystal point. Group 2 with the Sodalite crystal point. Group 3 with the Smoky quartz crystal point. And group 4 with the Zebra stone crystal point. So like I said, pause the video if you need more time to choose, but we're just gonna get right into it. All right, if you chose group 1 with the Finchonite crystal point, this is your reading. Have you met your future partner? When will you meet your future partner? And what are they like? So Spirit, let's see where I'm being guided to. Have you met your future partner? Spirit's saying go over here. So let's see, group 1. Have they met their future partner? Spirit, this is for group 1 with the Finchonite. Cool. Immediately, honestly, I have to say no. I can already see some of the cards coming out. We got first light, so I feel like you're finally in alignment with your future partner because you know who you are, you know what it is that you want. There's kind of like this energy of you guys just having gotten through something pretty hard, and I feel like it has to do with your finance or your stability, something to do with family in the home. It's giving a lot of 4th house Cancerian energy where this has to do with matters of the heart, but not necessarily romantic partners, more like friends or family, people who are part of your foundation. And then the foundation itself. Desert Passage says, trust that there's a divine plan. Faraway Places says, get ready for new horizons. But I'm actually taking this as you guys have just had to go through a move, or you're still trying to figure out where you're going to move to. There's some sort of change, some sort of shift and Desert Passage that you just went through. And the thing about Desert Passage, when I think about deserts, I always think about illusions. I always think about like your truest desires being revealed to you. You always hear like in stories about people going through deserts, oh, they saw a mirage and it looked like a waterfall, so they ran to it and just kept running and running and running because it was a mirage, you know, and they were thirsty in the desert. So I feel like what you truly want and need in a partner has been revealed to you, either through something to do with your stability or through dating different partners and realizing that what you had been asking for is not exactly what you need to support you or what you truly will benefit from. So we have distant thunder and grounding. Yeah, this is giving me an energy like you've just been through it. What I'll say is if you know the person by chance, this would be like someone you know from high school or someone you know from middle school, someone who you know that you used to live in the same like neighborhood with. I'm not getting an X energy off of your future partner. I don't feel like it's someone you've been building with. I feel like everyone up to this point has been kind of a learning lesson for you. So Distant Thunder says clear the air. I feel past energy on that. I feel like you've cleared, you may have like one more breakthrough to go through so that you can fully complete this process. But like I said, for the most of you, I'm feeling like this is an energy you're emerging from, an energy that you've gotten out of. Grounding says go deep, explore your roots. So I feel like now you're trying to anchor yourself in your new beliefs. You have days where you feel good and you feel confident and you feel like confident that love is going to come towards you. Through your magnetism, through spirit directing your perfect partner towards you. Like you have these little bursts of, you know, feeling content, feeling good. And then sometimes you kind of feel like stuck. You know, you feel like nothing's happening, nothing's going to happen. So I feel like you guys go in and out, in and out. We have cleansing waters and answering the call. So you may be getting a call soon from an ex. Spirit is telling me this is going to be a releasing moment. They may call you to try to get back with you, especially if you have a cyclical type of relationship where this is a karmic and they always come in and out of your life. But Spirit is saying answer the call, because that's going to be a cleansing experience for you. Hold off the fact that you don't want to move forward with them, but use the leverage of them calling you to talk about the past. You know, you could say, if we are to have something in the future, I don't want it to be like the past. And then you talk about the past, and then at the end of the conversation revealed, yeah, nah, I'd rather not. I'd rather not move forward. And I just keep hearing for you. A lot of the conversations and things that you're going to be doing in the future are going to be solely for you and your benefit. And that's also something Spirit is saying you're going to have to get comfortable with. You're not used to being selfish when it comes to relationships. And I feel like that has family rooting in it, especially getting all of that fourth house energy before. I feel like, you know, like you come from a family with a deep-rooted culture. It doesn't feel Western. It doesn't feel like Western culture. It feels like, you know, you come from a family that values the family and like everyone doing a part in helping each other. So you've kind of been bred to be unselfish. So this is definitely going to be a different energy for you. But like I said, I do not feel like you have met your future partner. I feel like there is a conversation that's going to happen with a past partner, or someone's going to come back into your life. Maybe you guys have gone through a glow up, because the energy is definitely getting brighter. So you may have like someone you had an old crush on come back into your life, and now they're finally interested. You know what they say, back then didn't want me, now I'm hot, all on me. So you know, that could be just the confirmation that you need that that's not the love you need. Someone who just wants you at your glow up when you physically or mentally, emotionally, spiritually seem to be worthy or untouchable. That's when they want to try to reach for you. You know, Spirit is kind of like, I feel like everything that you've been through, the whole process has kind of brought you out of yourself, brought you into what you really need. Because I just feel like all of these illusions had been clouding your judgment and making you desire types of people who aren't good for you, and also making you feel less than because certain people weren't going for you. But Spirit is showing you like, this is when these people think you're valuable. You know what I mean? Do you want someone who their value system is rooted in what you look like or what you have the ability to give them? So a lot of downloads came out for you. Okay, so purification activates vibrant life force. The time is now with answering the call. We already talked about that. We got joy and delight, valiant courage. Now that is exciting. Valiant courage lets me know that your future partner is going to be someone who's going to pursue you. They're in their masculine energy. They're valiant. They have courage. It's giving knight energy. Like in terms of the tarot, someone who's going to pursue you, let you know that they care about you, treat you, take you out, like charm you. And we have the first light. So it's just like, I see oh my God, I'm getting a vision of the Grinch. I'm pretty sure this was the Grinch movie where it's like the heart started to beat. I don't know why I am so sensitive when it comes to like children's movies. One thing about me, I may not cry like Dear John, one of those romantic type movies, but the children's movies, oh, I'm crying. And I feel like the tears, because I just feel like this is so sweet, because I see like your heart that has been turned a bit cold due to everything that you've been through kind of like beating again and lighting up again, and you're experiencing this first light because, you know, this person with valiant courage is coming in to bring you joy and delight and to take care of you. And I'm hearing, if you let me, here's what I'll do, by Rihanna. I'll take care of you. So open your heart to joy, take action with passion, first light, beginning a new cycle is what it says on that one. So I'm gonna go straight into tarot, and then we'll see what they're like. We'll pull some archetypes and see what they're like. Spirit, tell me more about this relationship. So when did they meet? Oh, no freaking way. I'm like, I literally was saying valiant courage is like night energy if you know tarot, and look, they look like exactly the same. Does that not look like a literal like a knight? Knight of Pentacles. I love the Knight of Pentacles because the Knight of Pentacles is specifically an offer of stability. And it lets me know they have actionables, and when it comes to like conflict resolution, they have things that they know to do if things get tough. When it comes to showing that they care about you, they have items that they'll give you, or like it's tangible. It's things that you can see. It's not just words. Even if your love language is like words of affirmation, this is like an energy of this person has plenty. 5 of Pentacles in reverse, like there's no shortage, and also it's not conditional, I'm hearing. So you may have experienced a relationship in the past where it was conditional whether or not you would get the confirmation or the gifts or the love from this person, the reassurance. That's the word I'm looking for. Reassurance. Now this is interesting. We have the 8 of Swords and it came out sideways. So Spirit is saying this love is likely going to start different than you expected. I feel this coming in pretty soon. I feel like within the next, I want to say 3 months, but I'm going to give it 3 to 6 just to give it a little bit of a grace period. But I feel like it's coming through pretty soon. Like phone call and then new love. I don't see that there's a huge holdup or anything, but Spirit is saying, you know, it came out sideways. There's an opportunity to be set free here, but there's also like a resistance. Perhaps this love starts and you don't feel butterflies, or you don't feel super attracted to them right away. Spirit is saying this is not a red flag. We got the 3 of Pentacles in reverse and the King of Wands in reverse. So you may have felt butterflies for people of the past because they were people that you couldn't have or people that you shouldn't have. Page of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck. You may feel that crazy attraction to people that are a challenge or that you know are bad for you. It's kind of like when your heart races when you're in the midst of danger. Knight of Wands in reverse and the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. So Spirit is saying this is divinely guided, something being offered to you. And it's funny because we got the High Priestess in reverse and the Hierophant in reverse sitting right on top of each other under the Lovers card. So this is not something you're going to expect. And this is something that's really going to feel kind of out of your control to a large degree. Like a huge part of this relationship is going to feel very like uncomfortable. It's just different. And I feel like you guys may have been the type who have, you may have always found yourself liking people first and then trying to work to get their attention versus like someone really seeking you out and doing the most to like present to you an offer to. So that's why this is going to feel different. You know, it's not, there isn't a sense of danger. There's a sense of calm and safety and love you're going to feel with them. But you guys may be used to always feeling like this super strong, intimate attraction. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what you feel like you had to bring to the table. You had to bring out of your person to really get their attention, to hook them. This is just going to be very different. So it's going to feel different is basically what Spirit's telling me, but divinely guided nonetheless. Spirit, what is this person like? What is Group 1's future partner like? We have the King, which is so funny because we kept getting Knight energy. We have the King, we have the Networker, and the Magical. And I was just wondering that. It's funny that the Networker came out because I was like, well, I wonder with all this Knight of Pentacles energy, with all of this Valiant Courage energy, if this means this person will literally approach you first. And I think that this person is an extrovert, and I think that they will. Networker says enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. This is someone who has a voice and uses it, someone who speaks up. They may be a public speaker, like in terms of their, I'm also seeing someone lead in terms of their career, but I'm also seeing someone lead a meeting. This could be someone you meet at work. They're leading a meeting and you notice them glance over to you a few times. Like they glance over to you once and it's just like, okay, you guys make eye contact and it's just like normal. They're looking at everyone, of course, it's like some sort of meeting I'm seeing. And then they look over to you twice and they have like a little smile or smirk on their face because they made eye contact with you and they noticed that, like, I don't know, it's just something I'm seeing happening there. They're still connected with their inner child, which I love. This person is optimistic, they're open-hearted, and they're kind, I feel. Seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. I feel like you guys kind of have to have someone connected to their inner child so that they can bring your inner child out. Because for those of you who come from a religion, a community, a culture where your inner child may be suppressed, I feel like that's something you're really gonna need. We have the king here, enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. So that basically means like people who are under you, people who are with you, people who are a part of your community you support. So this person moves like a king. I feel like they're fair, they're connected to their inner child. That's a very interesting juxtaposition. And then a networker. So I would say that this person is more of an extrovert than anything. Someone who wants to go out. I'm also seeing the movies. That may be something you really like, to go to the movies, and that may be your thing with this person. Maybe that's one of the things you haven't been able to do in a long time, because, you know, if you haven't dated, that's one of those things that's more awkward, I guess, to do alone. But we have the trickster, transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. So I feel like, especially if you meet this person in a work setting, you're going to be like genuinely surprised, like how they are outside of a work setting is going to surprise you. You know, this may be someone who works in accounting, but in their spare time they're a part of a bike club, like a motorcycle club, you know, like, just to give you an example. Oh, the freaking prince wanted to pop out. Spirit, what are they like? Spirit is saying wait and see. I just heard wait and see, like something of a surprise here. Now this is interesting. We got the Don Juan and we got the slave here. So like I said, we have such contrasting energy. This person, like in terms of certain communities, like the sub-dom community, this would be a switch. Someone who will absolutely charm you, but also would love to be dominated by you. The Don Juan spotlights your positive, seductive qualities. So they want you to feel like you can be open with them. They don't want you to be embarrassed about how you look. They don't want you to be embarrassed about your sensuality. They want you to be, you know, free with them. And then we have the slave, surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. And that's also the energy that you're going to get out of them in the relationship. You know, someone who will completely surrender to you, completely give themselves to you. And that may be something that you did not get to get in past relationships, like someone who would actually surrender, someone who would allow themselves to be vulnerable, someone who would allow you to take the lead. We got flying free that came out, which is interesting because even though we're talking about your next partner, there's a sense of freedom that you have here to be yourself, to grow. We have awakening ancient wisdom and cherishing self. So it's so important to your future partner that you do not lose yourself in them. This person will motivate you to keep on your hobbies, you know, not to say, okay, it'd be easier just to, so say they have like kickboxing that they do every Tuesday. This is like an energy of you saying, oh, well, usually I have a painting class Tuesday, but since you have kickboxing, I'll just not go. Like, this is the type of person to be like, no, okay, even like right after I'm done with my kickboxing class, I won't have time to shower. I'm come home, pick you up, drop you off to your painting class, and then I'll go back home and I'll shower. Like, I don't care if it's inconvenient. I want you to do the things that you like to do. They will be inconvenienced for you to maintain your sense of self. They feel like that's very important. I accept and love myself at the bottom of cherishing self. They also respect if you need time alone. I was just hearing only child. You may be an only child, or you may have been raised away from your siblings. Maybe you're the youngest sibling and your other siblings had left the house, or you're the oldest sibling. So because you kind of had to be the strong one, you didn't really have that sense of camaraderie, because it's not like you can share with your baby siblings that you kind of have to take care of in a way, you know, with what you're going through. something like that. Flying Free says, I unfurl my wings and fly. So there's a strong sense of freedom here. And I love that, because even though you're in a relationship, you feel free. You don't feel like this person is forcing anything out of you. They don't want you to be a certain kind of way just for their own pleasure. They want you to be yourself. They want you to be free. They want you to be happy. And then Awakening Ancient Wisdom says, deep inner knowing is emerging within me. So I see a lot of lessons have unfolded leading up to this relationship. And I feel like this relationship is giving you the stability to go even further in your spiritual journey. Like, you may really love to read, but you just really don't have time to because you have to work. Like, there's something you've been wanting to learn more about, whether it's symbology, etymology, crystal magic, magic itself, your history, like, you know, Akashic records, whatever. I feel like you've been wanting to explore your spirituality more. You've been wanting to, some of you, a few of you, a lot of you are really strong and actually have a lot of masculine energy, but a few of you have been wanting to live more of a like softer life. And a lot of you, I feel, have been wanting to like practice more of your self-care in a way where you're maintaining spiritual, physical, emotional, like that mind, body, and soul balance, and you just haven't had the time to. So I see you taking your spirituality a step further in this relationship, because this relationship provides you a lot of stability to do so. You can allow yourself to really break free because you don't have to worry about keeping yourself, you know, tamed so that you can get to the relationship, you know what I mean? So you can fully embrace like your style and whatever it takes you, because you already got your partner, you know? So there's a lot of unfolding that's happening here, but that's what I have for you, group one. That is everything that came out. Like I said, no, I don't feel like you met your future partner yet. I feel like it'll come in pretty soon, within 3 months, but like I said, 6 to give it a grace. And that is what they're like. My Etsy shop is in the description if you want a private tarot reading. That is where you can find me. But that is what I have for you today. I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose group 2 with the Sodalite Crystal Point, this is your reading. Have you met your future partner? When will you meet your future partner? And what are they like? So let's jump right into it. Let's see. Spirit, this is for group 2 with the Sodalite. Have they met their future partner? If I had to say, I would say no. But I am already like smack dab in the beginning of the reading. I'm already picking up on someone from the past that you're very connected with. This is likely someone you've been intimate with, spent a lot of time with. This would be like a full-on ex, not a situationship, someone who you've been in a relationship with. Unless you've been like on and off with this person unofficially for years, I feel like this would have been an official relationship, because we have a let me go, I won't keep asking, indecent proposal, and spend some time. So there's kind of like this hint that there's someone in the past that's going to be coming in hot, kind of wanting your attention, your affection, but specifically because they can feel things about to change for you. We have to wait a little bit longer. So Spirit's been kind of challenging you to remain strong, challenging you to wait. But there is someone that is coming through that's going to be trying to convince you to go their way. I'm going to pull from a different deck, because I just know once that deck starts talking about past energy, it'll just keep going and going and building on that. But I want to know about your future partner specifically. But if I had to say, based off of that deck, I would say no, you have not met the future partner, because the person, and that's why it's kind of tricky, because now Spirit is saying free will, it could go either way, 50-50, and now I'm seeing 50/50. Wait a little bit longer. Spirit is telling you to wait a little bit longer, because the person that Spirit wants you to be with is coming in rather soon, I feel. But this energy is going to come in next and kind of tempt you to end up in another cycle with them. And I just have this feeling that you've been specifically asking Spirit for someone who's like more mature. someone who doesn't play tit for tat type of games. And so I feel like if the new person comes in, because they're more mature and they don't play those games and they're very kind of straightforward about what they like, I have this feeling that if they see you wrapped up in some sort of messy cycle, that they will move on. And that's why Spirit is telling you to like really stand your ground and hold on and wait, and do not get wrapped up with that person of the past again, even though at least it's something, and it, you know, may feel validating, because the new person may have a real problem with that. And then we have proceeding softly. So some of you guys have a hard time telling this person no, but I'm also getting this as soft life energy. You know, you want to be able to have your tea in your garden. Some of you guys dream of being able to sit out in your yard, sit out on your patio, to have a garden, to live a soft life, to have free time where you can literally just relax because you don't have to make money, or you don't have to like go so hard because you have a shared stability with another person. You also kind of want to be taken care of. But I feel like with proceeding softly, if this person in the past knows that you have another person in your life, or if they get a no from you, it's going to make their ego start to lead, and they're going to start going hard, like really pursuing you. And I feel like that's why Spirit is saying like proceed softly. It may be better for you to kind of like peace out in more of an aloof type of manner, like, oh, I don't know what I want, and just got to keep it like very mystical and just kind of like flighty, so this person doesn't feel like they're getting a solid no, so that they start to pursue you and then convince you that they really want to be with you, and they really just don't want the bruise to the ego. You know what I'm saying? So believing in the magic, Spirit is telling me the person that you've been manifesting is coming towards you, but they need a little bit more time. The true magic is abounding in my life, is what it says at the bottom of believing in the magic. Proceeding softly, my inner power grows in moments of quietude. So you may be wanting or not called, but tempted to deal with that person of the past just out of habit. You may be tempted to go back to them because things have been really quiet and like kind of dull, boring. But Spirit is specifically calling you to get comfortable and cozy up with this quietude. Being in the flow, remaining calm, taking things slowly even will help you. Because if you take things slowly, it gives it more time for this new person to come through. Even if it's hard for you to tell this, you know, old person no and hold up your boundaries, like even just moving really, really slow so that the commitment doesn't come before this new person will help. Being in the flow says I'm in flow with the universe. So Spirit is kind of like saying you're in the right place at the right time. You have the perfect conditions, and it's just a matter of when will the plant sprout. You've planted the seeds, you've done the work, and you have the perfect conditions to have what it is that you want come through. And it's literally just a matter of allowing it to. Cultivating prosperity says the abundance of the universe is pouring into my life. Spirit is giving you the confirmation what you want is on the way. You're about to have a breakthrough with breaking barriers. It says I'm expanding beyond my limitations into joy and freedom. So you may have felt like tied to this person. This person may be like kind of forceful. I'm picking up on an energy that you guys have like a soft nature. It's not that you're soft spoken. You could be an extrovert, whatever, but it's just kind of like when it comes to confrontation, you may have like your Mars in Virgo or your Mars in Cancer, like, or in Libra, like you don't dominate. It's not your natural like habits, or it's not your natural energy to dominate in conflict. You'd rather allow someone to think that they're right and just know that you're right on the inside to avoid the conflict, you know, like there's that type of energy. So I feel like that's why you have to protect yourself from this person, because they can be very dominating. Yeah, we got the World card and the Four of Coins. So Spirit is saying this is the time to really protect yourself and to be your first line of defense, because we got something big on the horizon here. I also feel a move. And it's funny with this World card that it's like all the I was gonna say planets, all of the countries, continents, Jesus Christ, have like the flowers growing in them. And I just feel like this exploration with you guys, this exploration, moving to maybe even a new country with your partner. Judgment in reverse, Two of Wands in reverse. Yeah, Spirit is speaking clearly. It's not ready. I am hearing before the end of the year, but I gotta be honest, this is coming through later in the year. It's not coming in super soon, like the next couple of months. I do feel like it'll be here before December, the person that you're going to be with. But yeah, your future partner, there's some sort of hold up and it's on their end. I feel like you guys are kind of on these mirror journeys separately though. So even though they're working through and learning and growing through the same things that you are, I don't feel like it's in the same timeline. Knight of Swords in reverse and the Seven of Coins, they're still building. They're not quite ready to shoot their shot. And I also don't feel like they're necessarily in your space. I'm getting Italian, and then I just heard Paolo. I don't know what that's about. For one of you, your person, that may be their name, or they're Italian, but I feel like they're traveling right now. They might not live in the same country as you. Knight of Cups in reverse, Page of Coins in reverse. It's just not ready quite yet. The offer isn't ready. Spirit, can you tell me about this person? What are they like? The future partner for group 2, what are they like? We have the athlete. They're someone who's athletic. They may have played sports in high school, a very physically strong type of person. I'm also hearing fixer-upper, and I was hearing DIY too. So this is the kind of person who's like, what, you're gonna pay for someone to mount your TV? No, I will mount your TV. Like, when it comes to the home, they like to build, they like to put up shelves. That's something that they like to do. And also, don't get this confused with any sort of gender roles, because I see these like women on TikTok, petite and as small as ever, but like rebuilding their own decks and stuff like that, rebuilding bathrooms from the ground up, tiling and doing all of this stuff that would be associated with men or manliness, whatever. So try not to put this person in the box, but I definitely get an energy that they are athletic, someone who likes to do things themselves. We have the Liberator here as well. A very open-minded kind of person. I do get a bit of a wanderlust type of energy with them. I feel like they know a lot about history. I feel like they know a lot about museums and like architecture. We have the Liberator, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. The athlete, dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower and strength. So tapping into their energy, I feel like they're kind of like a jack of all trades. This person is very interesting. They have many sides to them. And Spirit is saying, wait a bit longer. I'm going to pull for those of you who are curious, for those of you who just love to always have something to do. I will pull and see if there's like, get some advice as far as like Spirit for what you should do right now while you're waiting. But I do feel like most of this is on their end. We got the Don Juan. Spotlights your positive and seductive qualities. So they want you to feel like you're in your bag. They want you to feel powerful. They want you to embrace your femininity, your seduction, your magnetism. They want you to be able to be you, be able to be free. Spirit, tell me more. We have the Angel, And then we have the Child, magical. The Angel, helping those in need with no expectation of return. Child, magical, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things. The belief that everything is possible. And that's interesting because I was getting an energy that this person is like kind of wanderlust. They like to travel the world and things like that, but it may be for mission work, because I don't know how to explain this energy. It's almost like they have a love for language or seeing different places, but it's not just like traveling for the purpose of like relaxation and like, you know, kind of like sipping a pina colada on the beach. It's not like passive travel, it's like active travel. I'm going to this place for a reason, to immerse myself into the culture, to learn more about the people, to learn about this culture firsthand, to see things, to help people. I feel like this person really likes to connect with people. And with the Liberator, I wouldn't be surprised if it was mission work, seriously, because I'm hearing something about water, and then I heard irrigation. I'm like, where is that coming from? This person may be passionate about making sure every place in the world has access to water, clean water, something like that. Let me see what you guys can do. Let me pull out another deck to see what you can do in the meantime, because I just get this energy of you guys, and Spirit is also saying not everything is a reflection of you. Like, just because you have to wait, that doesn't mean that there's always something more that you have to do, or there isn't something that you're not doing. Like, Spirit doesn't want you to associate the time that things take to come through with you not doing your part. And then I just heard more than enough. You are more than enough, and you've done more than enough. We got the Gorilla with self-confidence, leadership, and responsibility. It says you're being guided to take responsibility for yourself and your actions. No barrier can hold you back from becoming your authentic self. Your path to success is right in front of you. All you must do is open your eyes, mind, and heart. And you know what's crazy? I saw someone looking into a mirror as I was reading this card. The only way in is out type of energy. You know, Spirit is saying if there's anything that you can do, it's just to get to know yourself better, so that you have more to give in this relationship, so that you can better know how your partner can support you because you know yourself. This is a time of exploration for you guys, self-exploration, and also some of you have been guided to move, and Spirit is saying instead of focusing on love, focus on that move. Not because you have to move to meet your partner, but because there's nothing else left for you to do to meet your partner. So literally to sit and just focus on it is going to drive you insane and start to get you out of alignment, if anything, because then you're going to start to, like I said, internalize and feel like, well, love isn't here because there's something I must do. And for you guys, I just get this energy of Spirit really sitting you guys down. I'm seeing like musical chairs for whatever reason, and it's like you're trying to sit in the seat before Spirit sits in the seat, and it's just like this, like just absolute craziness and chaos, and Spirit is trying to get you to surrender, but I really don't feel like it's in your nature to surrender. I get a very like warrior energy with you guys, where you're used to having to go get it. You know, you're used to having to go get it, and you have no problem with going to get it. You're confident, and you're not lazy. You're someone who will put in the work. But Spirit is saying like the art of surrender, and then focusing on other things, you know. Getting closer to yourself is really what there is for you to do. We have the Ladybug, personality change and happiness. It says you're being guided to move in a new direction. Yeah, a new life begins today. Embrace this new transformation and navigate your way towards your heart's desires. Believe in yourself, others, and the divine, and you will manifest amazing things. So yeah, you guys, the energy that I get for you, group 2, is really taking this time to, for some of you, focus on that move. Some of you saving for like your new apartment, or finally looking for that new apartment, that new home, whatever. There is an energy here of like some sort of physical move. And then for the rest of you, really getting into your spiritual journey and tapping into your spiritual bag. A great place to start is The Complete Idiot's Guide to Alchemy. I love that book. I recommend it for anyone freshly starting a spiritual journey because it really gives you a good foundation that you can build on. We have the blue jay and the sea turtle. See, you may be seeing some blue jays. You're being guided to be aware of the synchronicities in your life. You're entering a time of intellectual and spiritual growth. Yeah. New truths are forming each day. Be fearless. Trust your gut and your authentic self. Take inspired action, and what you desire will come into fruition. So yeah, Spirit is saying you can't take inspired action if you're not tapped into your feminine energy, because you won't be able to honor the inspiration that's telling you your next move and what to do and where to go. I really feel like tapping into your intuition, strengthening your intuition is going to be the most important thing for you right now. And then we have the sea turtle, survival, ancient wisdom, and endurance. This one says you're being guided to clean out your emotional closet, confront your fears, and expand your sense of self. Your mind, body, and soul are intricately intertwined, and it's not just how you start or how fast you go, but rather how you follow through and execute your plans that will bring you your heart's desires. So the place that you're in is very uncomfortable. For some of you, that's physically. For some of you, wow, I'm hearing for some of you, that's physically, as in your physical body. For some of you, that's physically, as in your apartment. It's time to move, and you've been seeing, experiencing difficulties. I know the housing market is honestly kind of trash right now. It's hard to find a place with a reasonable rent, or to find a home that isn't selling within 3 days. So yeah, tapping into this energy, I feel like Spirit is telling you to focus on like that mind, body, soul work that you can kind of control at this time, because I'm really not picking up on anything that you have to do in regards to love. I feel like everything for you is going to align itself. So yeah, that is what I have for you guys, group 2. That is what came up. My Etsy is linked in the description below. If you'd like a private tarot reading, you can find me there. But that is what I have for you guys today, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose group 3 with the smoky quartz, this is your reading. Let's see. Have you met your future partner? What are they like? When will you meet them? We got the 5 of Cups, so you guys are definitely ready. Let's see. I'm actually being called to start with what they are like. Spirit, what are they like? This is for group 3 with the smoky quartz, their future partner. What is the energy of that person? We got the prostitute that came out. So this person is definitely a giver. Also, this person, you know, it's funny, but I feel like this person may have a very interesting past. And I'm seeing like there's this bar I used to go to that used to have like male dancers, and they would work the room, you know the vibes. And it's giving me an energy like that, where they would kind of sell their sex appeal in a way for money. You know, this person may have been a dancer. Obviously, if you are looking for a feminine, that would be more traditional as far as what we associate this energy with. You know, someone who is a dancer. And we got the Midas or the miser. This person may have like an OF. This person, I feel like they could be a model. I feel like they market themselves in a way that gets them a lot of money. They could be someone who has their own platform. They could be a YouTuber. They could be a storyteller in a way. We have the poet that came up. So I feel like this person is good with words. I feel like they're really good at getting what they want. I feel like, let's just get into this energy, because some of you guys are like, excuse me? Let's see how this translates. Okay, so the poet expresses soul insights in symbolic language. This person may be a bit stoic. They may be philosophical. I feel like they love deep conversations. They love to grow and expand, because we also got the seeker and the guide. So they've seen a lot of life. They've learned a lot. I feel like this person is intellectually smart, but also street smart. I feel like they had to use their smarts in a way to get them farther in life. And I don't feel like, you know, with this card, it's necessarily meaning that they had to offer their body up in some way. But I definitely feel like this person had to make money or get from point A to point B in a low vibrational career field. So like, honestly, it could even be bartending, because when you're surrounded by alcohol and, you know, drunk people all day, that can be low vibrational. That can be frustrating. You have to learn how to have strong boundaries right away. I have a friend who's a bartender, and she used to be just like the sweetest little angel baby, and she still is, but baby is spicy, okay? Like, she learned through that job how not to have people run all over her, and how she can still be sweet, but how to set boundaries and things like that. So you'd be surprised at what life can teach you in very odd kind of ways. But it says accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. So this person, they may have had a rough start in life. Like, they may have felt like they had to sell themselves or things to like get further in life. They may have grown up in poverty, where, you know, a lot of people in their neighborhood or in their surroundings had to steal or take, or they felt like they did because they didn't have very good education, or they didn't have good examples for a way out. But we have the seeker here. So it's funny how this energy is evolving already, because I'm starting to feel like this person had a choice. They had a choice at some point, and it was through a scary experience. Perhaps they got in trouble and, you know, the judge gave them an opportunity. Like, they gave them a slap on the wrist, they gave them a pass, and that was a scary enough experience, or just like a real enough experience for them to realize, okay, I got to turn my life around. This person may be a teacher. I'm hearing high school, but I was also hearing college professor. So this person has quite the story. They know a lot. Wow, it's crazy how this energy started and where we are now, because I'm feeling like I'm seeing them at the end of their journey now, or where they are now, and to see where they started. And wow, quite the evolution here. So Seeker says thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. I get a very, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Stargirl. I love her so much. Stargirl, the practical witch. She's so edgy and true to herself, and she shared her journey and her life on YouTube, and she's not like the typical reader. She's not going to just spend an hour telling you what you want to hear. She will tell you exactly what she sees, and she's not afraid to tap into lower vibrational topics, and she'll like keep it a stack, you know, with what she sees. And this reminds me of that energy where someone who, you know, like, for using her as an example, she's, you know, a tarot reader, she's a spiritualist, and there's this whole like, you know, odd balance of, okay, if you're a spiritualist, like, it's almost like people think you should be perfect, but it's like, well, how are you gonna become someone that has wisdom and knowledge if you haven't been through anything? So I love this energy, because I feel like this is someone who's like really seen it all. We have the Midas, or the miser, and the guide. The Midas, entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything into gold, delight in sharing life's riches. Guide represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. So this person is going to help you tap into your inner God, your inner goddess, your inner guide, your inner higher power, your higher self, the highest manifestation of you. And this person also serves as a guide for a lot of other people. I really feel like there are children who look up to them. It could be the children in their community, but I feel like it's the kids they teach. I'm getting a super strong teacher energy, or this person may be like a mentor, someone who guides people spiritually and have a lot of people who look up to them spiritually. The companion, loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. This person definitely has a huge heart. And they've been through a lot of life, and Spirit is saying this is your perfect match, because this person's going to help you get to where you want to be. But also I'm getting an energy of you've asked for something and this person has it. Okay, so we have the child eternal, the child magical, and the angel helping those in need with no expectation of return. I get that energy super strong from this person. Like, seriously, they're so compassionate. You know how certain people, and, you know, to each his own, but certain people, you see someone, like, they see someone begging for money on the street and they're like, get a job. This is the kind of person who's either been there or they know what it's like to be in a point where you're willing to sacrifice your dignity just to get by. And that's where we started with this person. So this is the kind of person who, even if they are going to go spend it on a bottle of wine, they will give them the $5 they got in their glove department, you know? So anyways, child eternal, determination to remain young in the body, mind, and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes. This person, they like to hike, they like to be in nature. I don't feel like a gym energy with them too much. I feel like they like wind. They really resonate with the wind element and the earth element. So they like to feel like dirt on their feet, grass on their feet. They really like to play. This person may play soccer or some sort of sport. They like to kind of get dirty. And then we have the child magical, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that anything is possible. So they definitely still have a connection to their inner child, and they're very playful. They don't take life too seriously. They've seen some dark stuff, but they've also come out of it, and I just get such a strong energy with them. They're a very lighthearted and fun, kind, understanding person, and I feel like that will come as a surprise to anyone who hears their story, because it's like the things that they've been through and the things that they've seen, you would think that this person would be so jaded and like cold and hard, you know, and somehow, some way they've overcome the things that they've seen and they've grown, and it really is amazing. So I feel like you guys have been asking spirit to help you grow spiritually, and spirit is saying you're going to do that through this person. I also just heard marriage. You may end up getting married to this person. This may be your forever person. Companion and compatible, I keep hearing too. So this person kind of sees you as their person, but they don't want to dominate you. We have the 9 of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So the King of Pentacles in reverse. So they look at you and they see the freedom that you need due to the journey that you've been on. They don't feel like they're entitled to you. They don't feel like they own you. They see your journey and they can like kind of, it's almost like they're psychic. It's like how do I explain this? So they've been on their own journey, right? This is like them seeing you and knowing exactly what you need, so they give you space to grow into what you need and who you are and what you want to do. They don't try to force you on a spiritual path, but they also don't try to just program you for their best benefit, because they see you as their companion, their life partner, but that doesn't mean they're going to try to make you a husband. They're not going to try to make you a wife. They're going to allow you to grow into or state what it is that you want for your own life. This person is just very considerate in that way. They know what happens when you're programmed before you have a choice. They know what happens when you're programmed before you get to see enough of the world. And for them, I feel like they were programmed with poverty before they got to see that there was more to life than their neighborhood or their family or their space that they grew up in. And they know how hard it was to see the world in front of them and believe in it, you know? I feel like this is kind of hard to explain, because it's like someone who grows up believing or living a certain kind of way, seeing the way that other people live and what life could be. There's still this like fear or this rejection that they will have to that outside reality, because then it kind of forces them, otherwise it forces them to look at, well, why am I here? And that can cause bitterness and anger and sadness to see that the world is set up for certain people to fail. And if someone isn't ready to think about all that or take all that on, they may just reject it, go back home, go back to what they're used to, and ignore the outside world, if that makes sense. So this person is super deep, okay? I'm like, why is it so hard for me to articulate this pile? This person is so freaking deep. As far as when you will meet them, so we have the Ace of Cups, Three of Pentacles in reverse, Page of Pentacles in reverse, and the Three of Cups. You're gonna meet them through experience and on a journey where you're kind of open to the call. You guys, I know. I wish I could explain this easier, but this pile is very mystical and magical and very like abstract, very much so read between the lines. Spirit is basically saying you've been asking for, either literally or energetically, you've been asking for more. You've been asking for a certain kind of life. And you have that opportunity coming towards you. If you take that opportunity, you will get to meet this person. But to be honest, I don't feel like this is guaranteed. We are tapping into, actually, have you met your future partner? So I would assume that this is where you're going to be led. Okay, Spirit is saying it's a matter of sooner or later then. Whether you meet this person later after you learn a few more lessons because you're afraid to break out of your mold. Basically what I'm seeing is Spirit is kind of calling you to take a solo journey. That doesn't mean that you'll necessarily have to move anywhere physically. But Spirit is saying like following the call. So you've been asking, or your soul has been calling out to the universe subconsciously for more nourishment, more fulfillment. So Spirit has been bringing these things, these opportunities, these ideas into your life. And you'll either ignore them and you'll revert to your programming and you'll do what people tell you to do in order to get love, or you will answer the call. You know what I mean? Because I feel like you could end up with 2-3 more partners before you meet this person. It's sooner rather than later. But it does, it does depend on whether or not you answer the call. Page of Pentacles in reverse and the Ace of Cups, and this is all about a solo journey. This is all about personal fulfillment. So honestly, this would kind of look like you still being open to love, but kind of putting love on the back burner. You're not going out of your way to date. You're not going out to bars specifically to meet people. You're not going on dating apps. It's kind of just like an energy of you allowing life to lead you to your partner, but focusing on yourself first, like your own fulfillment or whatever it is that you're doing, what you want to do. Three of Pentacles in reverse and the Three of Cups is saying, I'm not going to go the direction of trying to manifest this. I'm going to allow it to manifest through experience, through camaraderie, through meeting other people, through going through the journey itself. So for you guys, to be honest, as far as when you'll meet your future partner, it is up in the air. It's not guaranteed for any specific time as of now. We have the Chariot and the Hangman, so I feel like your life is going to take off rather quickly. I feel like the next phase in your life is going to be a bit uncomfortable. We have the Empress card in reverse and the Star card in reverse, so this is something new. I'm hearing for someone you've been called to take acting classes or an improv class. That's something you've been called to do, like to give it one more shot to pursue a career. Seven of Wands and Seven of Swords lets me know we're kind of at a tipping point with that, whatever you've been called to do, and it's going to be different from person to person, because not everyone who chose group 3 is the same type of person. Not everyone has been called to get into acting, or it's depending on your personal journey. If you've been called to get into learning how to grow your own crops, totally different journey, but same kind of theme here. But we have the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Wands, so I am getting kind of like a tipping point energy where we are at this interesting period in time where I feel like this is one last chance at that before you decide to never kind of come back to this idea again, Spirit will kind of give you different opportunities. Like if you've ever had an idea and then you see someone else like come up with your idea and they come out with it and it's like, what the heck, I literally had that same idea, but you didn't pursue it. So say like Spirit put it on your heart to offer something like spiritually. Say you wanted to create these spiritual bracelets that, I don't know, whatever, help regulate your energy in some way. This is like you not doing that, and then you see someone like months later or a year later come out and they're selling that product that you literally thought of. A lot of things happen that way, like opportunities or ideas. If you don't take them, Spirit will give it to you once, twice, 3 times, or however many times. Or for however long, 1, 2, 3 years. And then if you don't act on it, it'll, you know, be given to someone else. And that's what I feel with the 7 of Wands, 7 of Swords. It's kind of like, okay, if it's not you, it's going to be someone else. So I feel like there's something here. There may be like a movie role you would secure, or a show role. I was hearing Netflix specifically, so maybe you've always wanted to do something on that platform for the actor or the actress I'm talking to. But we have the 4 of Wands in reverse and the 6 of Swords. So to be honest, the quickest way to love is not to focus on it for you guys, to focus on yourself. You will end up meeting this person, and this person is so like all over the place and so kind of untractable and unlike predictable that I don't feel like you could find this person like if you tried. This person is definitely a like someone you meet in passing. It's definitely someone you meet like through experience, through just living life. So we have the Queen of Swords in reverse and the High Priestess in reverse. Spirit is kind of challenging you to do what doesn't necessarily make sense, but that is the way that you're guaranteed to get where you want to be. Like I said, if you take that personal journey, I do see that you're going to align quicker with this person. But if you revert back to your old programming and you continue to like kind of pursue love, going on the dating apps, going on dates and things like that, doesn't mean that you won't meet someone who's great, someone who's really good for you, but I don't see you meeting this person. And that's the interesting thing about tarot. That's the interesting thing about time as well. What happens affects the outcome. So like for an example, I did a reading for someone, a 2022 reading for someone in the beginning of the year. And we just did a reading not too long ago, and she's like, yeah, this one thing that I really wanted to happen didn't happen. This happened and that happened, which is really cool. But this like one thing that I was really hoping for didn't happen. So we're tapping in, and it was right after like some really tragic stuff happened in the United States. And I was like, the person that you were supposed to meet is no longer in the same place because of that tragic event. It's caused them to change their path. So now they're not the person that's getting you from point A to point B, aka this is not happening anymore, because now Spirit has to find another person that can get you to point A to point B, and things are still shifting and finding themselves out. So it's that kind of energy where it's like eventually it'll happen in some way, but it can change. And that's just the energy that I get with you guys. So yeah, my Etsy shop is in the description. If you want to go deeper, if you want a private tarot reading, you can find me there. But that is what I have for you for this reading today, Group 3, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose Group 4 with the Zebra Stone, this is your reading. Have you met your future partner? When will you meet them? What are they like? We're gonna jump right into that today. So let's start with what they are like. Spirit, tell me about Group 4. Their future partner, what are they like? Ooh, we have the Alchemist, and then we have the Child Nature. I feel like this is someone who really likes to, mix things together. I feel like they like to cook. I feel like they like to do like spell work in a Wiccan kind of way, where it's like they like to do the herbs and the oils and create different potions. Also, Spirit is saying they may make their own candles, they may make their own oils and things like that. This person they may not practice magic. That's not everyone's. This is just like different things that I'm getting. This person likes to grow their own crops. They want to have a garden. This person may be an artist. They may paint. They may draw. Something like that. I'm getting a lot of energy with this person where they are definitely an alchemist. They like to grow things. They like to create things. They're really creative, really creative. Ooh, we got the Lover. So this person is very romantic. Ooh, and the Artist. I love it. Okay, let's tap into this one because this is the oddball out. We got the Thief that came out. It says sheds inner light, or no, it doesn't say inner. It says sheds light on the potential within you that can never be stolen. So this person is going to illuminate you. This person is very, I don't feel like they're, see, this is the funny thing. I feel like this person is very spiritual, but they don't necessarily practice spirituality. I don't feel like this person really puts that much effort into manifesting, which is funny because one of the first downloads that I got for them is that, oh, they like to put things together. They like to do spell work. That's not true for everyone. But this person is always manifesting. You know, that's the energy. It's like they are a walking manifestation. They constantly sit in a creative energy, therefore they're constantly creating. But they aren't the kind of person that necessarily puts their intention and thought into creating more money to them. But they naturally do it. Because they're an artist, they're always creating different things that they can sell for money and then that they do sell for money. And because they put so much love and energy and light into it, it sells very quickly and it sells for the price that they want. But they're not someone who has to like sit down and, okay, I'm gonna manifest more wealth today, so let me dress this green candle and, you know, that kind of thing. So it's very interesting. This person will illuminate you to what you have within you that can also be leveraged. So this is the kind of person who's going to tell you and show you like, no, you're talented, you have talent, or someone who listens to you and they just have all these ideas. Have you ever met one of those kind of people, or maybe you're one of those kind of people where it's like whenever someone starts to get down on themselves and they start to talk about all the reasons why they can't be as great as they want to be, like they immediately just start pouring into you. Or you may be one of those kind of people, like you hear your friend or someone you care about start to get down on themselves and it's like, no, you can do this and this and this and this and this. You can do this, this and this and this and this. You just speak potential and life into people. I get that energy with them. So we have the Artist and the Lover. The Artist it says expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. So this is the kind of person where something happens to you, they're going to decode it. I feel like this person is really good at decoding dreams as well and symbology. They're the kind of person who watches a show and they're not just watching the show for what it is. They're like applying the show to their life in a way and seeing what the show is like saying. So for me, my mom came over not too long ago. I've been watching American Horror Story and I've been rewatching like all the different seasons. So I'm on season 3, Coven. My mom is like super religious. She's literally an ordained missionary. It's a thing. And she's watching it with me now. So she comes over all the time to watch our show after work. And she's so religious, but she watches the show and it's literally American Horror Story Coven. So it's like the one about witches and things like that. She watches the show for like the symbology and the deeper meaning and like, you know, she learns different things and we have these like super deep fun discussions about the show. And I feel like this person does that. You know, it could be totally opposite of their personal beliefs and things like that, but they like to watch things and they watch in a very symbolic or a deep kind of way. They're getting so much more out of it than face value. Even when they're having a conversation, it's like there's two conversations happening. There's the one happening directly out loud, and then there's the one happening in their head where they're like applying what someone else is saying or what they believe to a grander thing happening in their life, or they're learning more about. It's like they're being spoken to from spirit through conversation. Like this person is a very symbolic kind of person. So we have the Lover, great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of something or someone. So this is someone who is not afraid to love you, someone who is not afraid to show their affection as well. So that'll be like really nice for those of you who have dated people and it seems like they had a cap on how much they would give to you or say to you or how much they would love you and feed into you. This person is not like that. They are a giver. okay? A giver. And then we have the Alchemist. Transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. So this person will definitely take something that's sad and make it happy. Or this is someone who's an alchemist. You know, alchemy is about turning lead into gold. And this person does that in a very symbolic kind of way. So we have the child nature and the angel. The child nature, friendships with animals, communication with nature spirits. To be honest, I would believe this person if they were to say, like, the trees talk to them. Because that's an energy that I get. Like, the trees talk to them, nature talks to them. They can hear the thoughts of animals. Animals communicate with them. I believe them too, because I can just see it. And then we have the angel, helping those in need with no expectation of return. So this person does not have a lack mindset at all. This person believes in the possibility, like endless possibility. They believe in the universe's true power. They feel like the universe is inexhaustible. They feel like there is never, you know, we will never run out. We have the Six of Staffs. This person has a strong belief, a strong power, the ability to take things that would be considered disadvantages and to make them like their superpower. And it really is, because this is the type of person who, they have the ability to get wisdom from anywhere. They're not the kind of person that believes that God is only found in a church. They're the kind of person who has experienced God and been an angel for many other people in all sorts of places. Like, this person is not confined by a religion. I feel like they're like, earth is my religion. And it's funny because we got the Ten of Staffs here. And in this deck, the Ten of Staffs is very like proud. The Ten of Staffs is very strong. The Ten of Staffs doesn't look like a burden. But in most tarot decks, the Ten of Staffs is depicted by someone carrying like a heavy load, and usually they're like hunched over, whereas this person has their chest out. Like, the symbology even coming through in this reading is like really strong and powerful with this person. The things that they've been through, the lessons that they learned, empower them. Their chest is out. They're proud. They're happy. They will tell you times that they've been a bad person or times that they've made mistakes, and they will joke about it and laugh about it. And it's like, you're telling me a story about how you did someone dirty. And yes, you learned from it, but like, you seem to be so happy about this. Why aren't you ashamed? Aren't we supposed to be shamed about this? They'll tell you about a struggle they had with like substances and talk about it as if it was the best time of their life. And you're like, but didn't you go through a lot of pain and lose a lot of, you know, people, money, you know? And they're like, yeah. And you're like, so you should be sad. And they're like, no. We have the Magician, which is literally the card of alchemy in the tarot deck. So this person is an alchemist. That's their superpower. They really do have this just ability to take something low vibrational or take something that would be sad and to see why it happened. They're able to look past shame and to be proud of it, because without that experience, they wouldn't have grown. Without losing everything, they wouldn't have anything now. You know, so we have the Three of Cups. This person likes to meet different people. They like to have fun. They're in their head a lot. They're very much so, like, always coming up with new beliefs and things like that. So let's switch gears a little bit, because I just got lost in them. When are they meeting them, Spirit? When is this person coming through? As of now, I can't tell if this is someone you know or not. When are they coming through? We got the Sun. For some of you, the 19th is going to be significant. The 19th of the month. You may be born on the 19th. They may be born on the 19th or something on the 19th. But I feel like you're meeting this person very soon. You're in perfect alignment. You know, they're going to sprout. This is going to sprout any day now. We have the Nine of Coins. I love it. That Spirit's saying you've done the work. Six of Swords in reverse. This is not the time to fold. I feel like this is going to come through any day now. Seriously. Definitely sooner rather than later. I don't get any sort of hold up. It's almost like you guys are about to meet like I want to say today, but I know that's not everyone's truth, so I don't want to like, oh, there was another card that flipped over that I didn't see before. I don't want to get everybody's hopes up, like today. Here it is. Yeah, the Four of Pentacles. Oh, and the Four of Swords flipped over. So Spirit is saying be patient and allow. There is nothing you need to do, also nothing you can do, because you're already in alignment as you are. So anything that you would do would risk getting you out of alignment. So it's better just to stay still. Four of Coins. It's better to just do what you had naturally already planned to do. Four of Swords in reverse. This is the time to sit and pause and tap into your inner power and to get revved up and get the energy to do more. This is the time to really like sit and kind of hold out and wait. I get an energy of like, you know, it's already about to come to fruition. It's already coming. And there's an energy here of you wanting to deviate or move. It's like you're watching and waiting, watching and waiting, watching and waiting for your manifestation, for the plant to sprout. And you get impatient and you know, go somewhere else and you start to focus on something else or start to plant new seeds. And it's like this one is finally sprouting and you're not there to see it type of energy. So we got the Nine of Coins and the Sun. Spirit is saying, you know, you're already ready. You're self-sufficient. You have a good foundation of stability you've already built within yourself. And the Sun is just like the perfect conditions. It's a sunny day. It's beautiful. Like this is about to bloom in your life sooner rather than later. I still can't see whether you have met them. Well, let me put on some chapstick. You know what, let me pull from here. If I had to say, I would say that you haven't. Unless you have been, you know, dealing with someone. I feel like you would have to know this person for years though to be able to see this. I was just going to say, unless you've been around someone for years and you've watched them go through all of this journey that we've just covered of them growing as a person and, you know, being an artist and being an alchemist. And this isn't someone who, well, I do feel like they could be a little aloof when it comes to love. So this could be someone that you've known for a while. Ooh, see? Because we have love is never in vain. So that's an energy of you loving and caring for this person for a long time and wondering if they would ever take you seriously or take you in a relationship sense, if they would ever consider being with you in that way. Prepare to be astounded is like an energy of Spirit saying like the tides are changing and you're going to be magically surprised. To be honest, some of you do know this person. Yes, group 4. Some of you do, some of you don't. I would say it's about 50, I would say like 60-40. 40% of you do, 60% of you don't. But let's see what else comes out. Time to make a demonstration. See, and that feels like that's towards the 60% of you guys who have been looking for something very specific, trying to ask for that out of, you know, someone who would not give it to you. And then it's like now there's a demonstration being made. Now they're kind of getting embarrassed because they're seeing you be with someone who they told you did not exist. You're being watched by loving eyes. This person will likely be aware of you before you're aware of them. But I don't get an energy from this person that they pursue things right away. I get an energy with them like they always have so much going on. And we have be true to yourself. Yeah, Spirit is saying there's no changes that need to be made. And you guys are really at this interesting point where you could easily change course and kind of get out of alignment with all of this. Yeah, Spirit is saying just be ready. We have turn on your love light. Regardless, like I said, I keep getting that every day now energy, any day now energy, where it's like any day now, this will sprout and this will happen. Seriously, sooner rather than later. Turn on your love light, is Spirit just saying, continue to be ready, continue to remain open. If you know that your hands are like balled up and fisted up right now and you're very like tightly wound and afraid, do your very best to do some shadow work, some journal prompts that can help you work through that energy, because you really are walking into this amazing relationship with this person who's really, really unique. And anything that you could do to make this better, the better. You know what I mean? We have start where you are. So there's an energy of, it's not as if you need anyone. Yeah, there's an energy here of there's no rush. You may be feeling like you're really, really ready for love. You're ready for this to pop off. You're ready to move forward. But Spirit is kind of on this whole, like, there is no rush tip. You can't miss out on this. And then we have you were born with that it quality. So there's like a huge focus on you not changing yourself for this, but just allowing this to happen. You're enough as you are. And this is like the kind of person that I feel like some of you have really wanted your entire life. Or like in the last few relationships, you've told your partner, like, this is what I want, this is what I need out of you. And they would tell you like you're crazy or that type of person doesn't exist. And then you're meeting that kind of person by being who you are, the person who's naturally in alignment with what you've been asking for. So you definitely want to remain as you are. We have the mutable moon. It says nothing is yet set in stone. The waning moon, what do you need to release? At the bottom of that, we just talked about that. Any other messages for group 4, Spirit? Third quarter moon, adjustments are required. Ooh, some of you have an attachment that you need to let go of. There's an attachment, like someone in your life that may ruin this connection. I'm seeing that person flex on this person. If you are someone, I feel like I'm speaking to one person because I'm seeing your person. The person that you're friends with or you're dealing with, you have a really controlling friend that like honestly low-key likes you, and that's why they self-sabotage your relationships, but you may be a little drawn to like drama or messiness. I know I love the tea, so listen, I relate, but it can get in the way. Because at the end of the day, if you're not, you know, attracted to that person in an intimate kind of way, or if you're not compatible, then you need to set those boundaries and tell them to stop ruining your relationships. But I'm picking up on someone who has a masculine best friend or an ex that you're now friends with, but you guys still have this weird energy. It makes people uncomfortable who want to come in and date you. And I'm seeing this new person come in and they're the child nature, the angel, the alchemist, the artist. They're not very masculine, to be honest. They're very feminine. They're very creative. They're very like, you know, kind of like I said, they have a little bit of an aloof kind of nature. So if someone's like trying to confront them or fight them, they'll just let it go. Like they look at life as very inexhaustible. The universe is very inexhaustible. So you could be someone who's really cool, but if you have an attachment to a demon, if you have an attachment to some a-hole, they will leave your life and like go about their magical way. So someone has an attachment they need to get rid of. But the last card that came out is the full moon. It says surrender to the divine. There's nothing else you need to do for the most of you. If there is something for you to do, you will know. I really do feel like you will know. And yeah, that is what I have for you, group 4. That is everything that came up for you today. My Etsy shop is in the description. If you'd like a private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. But that is what I have for you today, and I'll talk to you soon.